So some of you guys were asking for a video of what's been done to the 500 EXC. So I'm going to make it for you right now. First off, started with the emissions kit that was on here. We took that off and got the XCW plug. Put it in there. A lot of guys were getting like plugs from the hardware store or wherever. This one really matches the OEM. So it looks factory, it looks like it hasn't been touched. It's just a much cleaner look. And the canister was removed that used to sit up inside there. It's just making the bike backfire. There's really no need for it, except for green sticker emissions. Other thing we did to help with that was the JD Jetting 6x tuner right here. We ended up putting it inside of the airbox here on the side plastic. JD Jetting says to put it up here on the forks or inside of the number plate there, but we didn't want anyone to see it. It fits really well inside here, and the wiring just goes right up and in to where it's supposed to go. Other mods that were done were the Samco hose kit. Moose Racing is co-branding this. The main reason for that was to eliminate the thermostat that was over here. For cold weather, thermostat might be good, but here in California it was just making the bike run too hot and just another part to fail. So you can see the hose kit goes up and in. We put some rubber dampers in here because we got the Moose Racing Enduro Engineering radiator guards. And the hose gets kind of close right in here, so we didn't want it chafing. And you can see the radiator braces are really beefy. It's got the steel on the outside, or the aluminum rather, with this post, and it goes into the frame on both bolts. This is my buddy's bike, and first day out when he fell and crashed, it twisted this radiator completely. I had to wait a month on back order to get a new one, so that's why we got the braces. The only bad thing is you gotta take off the radiators off of the bike to get them on, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Other thing added was Scott's steering stabilizer. We chose the sub mount under the bars. Raised them up. He's a taller guy, so that worked out well. Also went with the sick ass LEDs for the front. Also did their rear Fender Eliminator kit. So instead of having that big thing hanging down, now you just got that nice clean plastic, and then it goes in right on the factory bolts up in there. You can see the tire's been hitting it, but that's the Maxxis Desert IT getting in there. Went with the FMF 4.1 exhaust system with the Mega Bomb. We could have gone with the Akrapovic or Akrapovic, as some say, but the Mega Bomb, I think, for this bike was a better choice for the low to mid power increase that you get from it. And the fit and finish is really nice. I mean, it really sits in there. You can see on here how close to the number plate it is. And you can see on my bike, you know, the stock sits really far out there. Also went with the E-Line carbon fiber skid plate. I haven't seen too many people with these. I've seen a bunch of people with the aluminum ones. I don't really like the aluminum because it doesn't go up the sides like this one does, and it doesn't go up as high in the front. And then on the ignition cover side, it also has a lot of good protection. Went with the Hammerhead longer shifter. This is the plus 10 millimeter. We both are about size 11 boot. Went with the Scar foot pegs. Just a bigger foot peg, better platform. It's got these nice teeth on it for grip. I also went with the InStyle, the factory edition replica graphics. Comes with everything except for the Red Bull. Also went with the Moose Racing handle. Nice grab spot here on the bike. Sometimes the exhaust gets a little warm and don't want to get your hand too close under there. Supermoto wheels. They're Excels. Went with a 17x5 rear. It's a really wide rear. Everything was perfect except for right there in the middle of the shot, that chain guide bolt. Used to have a nut on the end of it. And what we did is we just red Loctited this because it was just getting way too close to the rim. I mean, it was practically touching it. So once we did that, we didn't have any more clearance issues. I also went with the Talon Sprocket. It's got the black and the chrome look right there to match the wheel. On this one we went with a 160/60 17 tire. The chain does rub. It touches. You can see the rub marks along the tire all the way around. It's not too bad. You can hear it when you turn it. But so far hasn't really affected it. The dirt tire does rub on this FMF muffler. Some I've seen it's done it, some it hasn't. The higher rub marks are the Des IT, and that lower one is from this tire. In the front, I went with a 17x3.5. We haven't put the oversized brake kit on it yet. We did have to notch the stock fork guards to get this tire to clear right there. KTM Power Parts does have a kit for it, so you don't have to do what we did, which was trim the backs of these off. But he didn't mind because we had the Moose Racing seal savers, the long ones, so the forks are totally protected. Also went with the Enduro Engineering clutch guard. Stock one was pretty good, but this one's a little stronger just in case. Other thing we did was move the horn right there off of the bolt on the backside here. Just a lot better location. It's actually louder. The location stock up in the front here, we were just worried about in a crash or whatever, having it smash through the radiator. Some people were worried about mud building up on it down in here. Gosh, if you could see it. Right up in there. But no mud, not yet. The FMF exhaust also melted the stock plastic exhaust guard right here. So we cut it off and got the Enduro Engineering, the aluminum one. So far it's been pretty good. Other mods are the Scott's rear disc guard. We like this one the best because it replaces the whole brake carrier right here. So it's super strong. I mean, it's literally part of the axle. So try and bend this thing is close to impossible with how thick it is. And of course, stock there isn't one. We have the Acharis one for the front. Just don't have it on for the Supermoto right now. It works really nice. Other thing we did, we went with the Acharis Mirror. A lot of people don't like this because it's really flimsy, but we just did it just to satisfy the law. Flip it down, keep it out of the way. The kickstand also, before, as I'm sure you guys have figured out, people call it the suicide kickstand. Before, when you would kick it down, it would kind of spring back. And that's because right on that bolt in the middle there was a collar. So we removed the collar, got a shorter bolt, and now when you kick it down, it stays in place, which is how I like it.